Hey everyone, this is Saito, and what has recently happened is very important. Hoyoverse recently has started posting some material that has AI in it, and it's very obvious to see, and this has made many people angry because Hoyoverse is not a small indie company that doesn't have money for that. They have a ton of artworks that would have just used, but prefer to use AI instead. But before we start, please consider to subscribe because it would really help the channel. Once we reach 1000 subs, I will make a special giveaway, and you know what, if we reach just 500 subs, I will make another small giveaway. It's not gonna be anything big, but I just want to get some more subs for fuck's sake. Just a few welcome moons, let me spoil you. And now let's get to the video. So what happened is that a Hoyoverse employee posted a job listing application on Maimai, which is the equivalent of LinkedIn, where they're just looking for European and American people. However, you can see it immediately that they link a picture that was made by AI. They add an AI generated picture of Rina, which really doesn't have any reason to be there. And in general, the text that they made also looks AI generated. I will just let it here on the screen so you can just read it for yourself, but I feel like ChatGPT would make this shit. So honestly, this is a huge problem because this just hurts a lot Genshin's reputation. After cutting ties with Formosa, after making every other voice actor just go to another studio to just preserve them from AI, after doing all of that mess, now they're just resorting to this. It makes no sense to me. Especially because it's Hoyoverse, for fuck's sake. They have a ton of good artwork, and most importantly, they have a huge amount of fan arts. Like, there are fan arts since like 5 years ago. They could have put here just so much artwork that was just made by fans that would have been even much better. Even just adding a screenshot of a fucking old version would be much better than just making an AI generated Furina. It really makes no sense, especially if you're just looking for new people. And also, if you didn't know, they have like 5,000 employees. Just so you know, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 was made by about 250 people, just to put this out there. So with such a good amount of capital and so many people just working for them, why the hell would they do this? This is hurting them, this is hurting their reputation, this is hurting Genshin, and this is also just making fans very angry. Because just like so many other people, everyone fucking hates AI, especially when it's put in art. People fucking hate AI art, and despite that, Genshin, just like Google and many other sites, are just shoving this shit down our throats for no reason. They are trying their best to just make us love this stuff, and we don't want it. And this doesn't feel very good for them, especially after they put up such a good fight against Formosa and all of these other companies just to give their voice actors an actual protection. Like, if they wanted to just put AI everywhere and be fucking assholes, they could have just let them be with Formosa. I mean, this is not the first time that Hoyoverse hasn't listened to us. Like, this is since the dawn of time. They could have just done it. But instead of that, they just do this tedious fight for no reason, because in the end, they're still resorting to AI. Now, some people are saying that this was made by a single employee, and it is true. This is a guy that works for Hoyoverse. Well, I hope that this guy just goes through some rough time, because this is hurting them. This is hurting Hoyoverse. Unfortunately, right now there is a war going on, basically between people who support AI and people who don't. Even though the sides are pretty different. The ones who need AI are companies, and those who really don't fucking want it are just the customers, the consumers. Us, we are the people who don't want it, at least the majority of us, apart from a few like AI bro. But if you go see anywhere on Twitter, on Google, on Instagram, you will just see AI being put everywhere. Even on Google search, I just saw a very nice video about this. I will just link it to you, but it's very nice, where Google is just right now showing you a ton of AI generated pics for no reason. And not only pics, but the results as well. So it's basically just everything going to be more just less trustworthy, just puked out by an algorithm. I don't really like this at all. And Genshin first it's against AI by doing all of that with Formosa, and now is doing this, even though the fucking email is supposed to just tell you that they are searching for people, not fucking robots. Like, I would expect this move from a small indie company for sure. Like, if you had just a few players, fucking 100 constant players, I would get it. Because you're a small dev in the end, you don't have many artists, you don't have many money, and it's normal, I guess. Like, making AI art is never a good thing, but at least I will get it much more. But Genshin is one of the most lucrative games I can think of. It makes so much fucking money. It's a gacha game that is still the #1 gacha game with the highest revenue, even though they lost more than 40% of their whole ass revenue last year, so it's crazy. And even then, it's too much for them to just hire an artist. Like, I don't get the thought behind this. Like, honestly, Hoyoverse kinda reminds me of Behavior. If you don't know Behavior, they made Dead by Daylight, and since they started start, they still look like an indie company. They both just look so unprofessional, like if you know just a bit of behavior you will get what I mean, but with Genshin, with Toyoverse in general, I see that too. It's like they haven't developed their company yet, even though they basically ruled the gacha game world, always having drama surrounding them, always having fake promises just like what they did with the anniversary, when they promised to give us a huge amount of quality of life updates, for example with the Sanctifying Elixir and the new kind of Fate, even though they're both very bad, to the fact that they announced the Genshin anime like 3 years ago. Like, I suppose that having all of this attention given by the internet, whether it's good or not, it's actually a good thing for them, because publicity is just publicity for them. Even if it's bad advertisement, they are still getting advertised and people will still recognize them. Many people will just see the game and might just be decided to try it out themselves, especially with how loud the Genshin community can be and is. But even then, they look like kids. I don't want to hide this, they look like fucking kids. They don't know how to do these things at all. And posting an AI generated picture when you're such a huge company that is supposed to be against AI is also a big fucking fumble. They should not do this, and I really hope that this guy either gets fired or has some bad treatment, because at least to me this feels like a very serious and also bad move. And yeah, fuck AI, fuck corporate greed, and this is it for the video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!